All right, so one thing I will always be an advocate for, especially in this region of the world, that is Southeast Asia, is outside of a lot of the convenience stores, there are generally seats kind of like this. So we are at a convenience store. You can't tell from our background. And these tables where you can just kind of hang out, and you'll see a lot of people just like having a smoke, just chilling, watching the traffic. And I always think it's a great place to hang out and employ one of the tactics we always talk about, observation.
Yeah.
It's, if you can tell from the motorcycle sounds behind this, it's not this, or the dripping water from the storm that happens today that is still in the ceiling of, well, the ceiling part where there are holes in the ceiling. It's not the most like necessarily materially comfort, luxurious type deal going on, but it's a vibe.
Yeah, I want to say it is as vibey as those nice street cafe shop in Shanghai, but in different way.
In a different way.
Yeah.
So you're understanding what I mean when I advocate for this sort of hanging out session, correct?
Yes.
How do you feel?
Wow. I mean, I can't keep. I wish I could keep using the word like vibing, but yeah, I want to be more specific about.
Please do.
Exactly. Yeah. First, it's like it is definitely like you feel like it is. I would say it's very authentic, and also like it is very. I mean, unique. It is some sort of a feeling you can even never feel it. If you just only to watch it from whether it's photos or videos, you have to be there right at the moment.
Feel it.
Feel it, yeah. I mean, maybe for most in Chinese, we would like use the word 感觉, 感受.
You know what? To give everyone a full idea of where we are, I'll play it right now. It'll be like right here in this area. After we finish speaking, I'll actually record it, but I'll put it right here, right now. So they're kind of seeing the ambiance of where we are around us. So we've got the boys eating some nasi goreng over there. We got like a small food shop over here. Got some more food stalls over here. The Grab boys rolling up to get some snacks. We're calling it a night. Yeah, so now that people have an idea of where we are, I'm going to end this B-roll shot.
Yeah.
And now talk a little bit more. What do you mean by authentic?
Well, it's like, you know...
Before you... Sorry, I don't want to intervene, but by authentic, what you mean is if you stay at a hotel or a resort, it's like a very artificial environment.
Yeah.
It's created to be the comfortable, perfect oasis, but it's not real. By authentic, you mean this is real life.
Yes. And all these people, whether show up and drive away and doing their stuff, it's like... Yeah, it's like nothing like this will be like orchestrated or like, you know, they either come here or for some of the purpose or something. It just like, it is, they just do their business and you are just being naturally part of them. So when you actually feel in that way, like also like hang out in this kind of place and you also have other people just chill and you just feel like you are not the outsider. You are actually being one of, I mean, you are also part of this very vibing scene. Also, that's pretty, it's not only authentic, but also like, I feel like it is something very, or maybe immersive, pretty immersive experience. I feel like it's just something like that right now I only figure out this kind of words, but yeah, that's thing I can come up right now. It's you have to be there. That's the kind of thing.
Feel it.
Feel it, yeah. And use all of your sense. It's more about the sensory, like what you literally hear. Like a lot of time I'm kind of person who also love to watch a lot of video about the weird place or the streets videos online, but it is you only use one of your senses. But here, like I feel like I'm utilize all of my senses. You're like hearing all the noises around you, and maybe you smell nasi goreng on Friday, seafood over there, and the smell of smoke over that. It just like, yeah, it's all. It's just very. It just gives you very like sensory and.
Most certainly non-sanitary water dripping on you. You can feel that as well.
It's just like you, so like all of the senses start to be activated. That's why I feel like you are. It's why I feel like you're very scenting.
So now you get why, like, so unfortunately, one of the particular parks that we like to go to often has become a bit of a tourist location. Some of the tour guides will take people through it, but it's not always like that. Obviously, they're just like literally walking through and seeing it. But now you get why, like, I just want to go hang out with the old people. Like, I want, like, what is the normal life? Or like, when I first arrived, you would always take me to like the nicer in the mall restaurants, and I'm like, remember the first day I was like, Shanghai, one of the specialties is the xiaolongbao, like soup dumplings, and so I was like, can we go get xiaolongbao? And you took me to like the ninth floor of a mall, and got the xiaolongbao. So each color it's a different, each one's a different color with a different flavor, which was fine and nice, and thank you so much for that. But I meant take me to like the like dirty
shitty place.
Yes, exactly. I didn't want to curse, but you did.
I mean at that time, because we
that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
That because we just tried to that you're gonna get, so we use the prior to like, because it's your first meal, which is very important in our cultures, prior to like treat you well. And also we saw that kind of night. I mean, generally, maybe for Shanghai, it's all most people the place and not we think it's vibey. We see it's vibey. The places we're referring to is very delicate, exotic style of the cafe and mixed Western and maybe Eastern style of the restaurant, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's definitely, sometimes it'll be very fake. It's all like artificial work. I mean, it's not bad, but that kind of vibe when we start to like go on those trips and go to this back alley, those shady place. I feel like the vibing could be different. And I feel like, I mean, they're all of them outfit, they're all vibey, but I would feel like the most like immersive and most like unique one probably will be some place like this. It is some place where you feel like you're actually just be involved of the local.
Right, but the whole thing is, it's like, it's the non-unique places. Like, you're saying it's a unique experience, but the unique experience is happening in the non-unique place. There's like, this is one of the most common things ever. It's just one of a normal convenience store, but people will never go sit here because it is one of the normal things. But what you're saying is you're having that unique experience.
Yeah, you're right.
Even though these are one of the common places. And so that's why it's going to the nice, the top rated cafe that has the specialty, whatever. It's like, just go sit at a normal place, like an average place, an average restaurant, those type of things, especially in a country like Indonesia, and especially in a place like Bali. People will rarely do that.
I feel like before when you asked me to that, maybe find some chill and vibing place, I feel like I'm going to wrong direction. I mean, I tried to search all kind of, because when I'm still using the old mindset, what I did in Shanghai, I would tend to find this pretty high-rated restaurant or get the design in like special location. That's the kind of thing we feel it is unique, unique places. We will certainly not vibing atmosphere, but also like unique experience. Because the place itself are unique. But right now, I feel like it might not be right. Actually, normal place like this. Maybe because I'm too normal. Like, I just feel like I just tend to like ignore those places, and then go to Europe, different direction to search for that. And I'm very surprised, and I'm very glad we actually just right now we're just being here, and they are definitely the hidden gem of the city.
I mean, it's a vibe.
Yeah, it's fun.
That water is really, really coming down.
But and also until like I'm actually joining you and sit here. Well, if I'm not with you, I'm now accept if you're invited. I'm sit here. I would never think it would be a vibing place. I might just pass by.
So we have passed by many times here.
Yeah, I mean, well, it started to curve me. I want to sit there to like, I think it's a vibe.
But now you want, it's so vibey.
Yeah, now I wish to come here every day. I was. do. Yeah, until you sit down and feel it. Otherwise, you won't actually get to a point and know like normal place can actually way you keep with experience. Thank you so much.
And thank you for accompanying me.
So like, I also like, just like ask like, I mean, so like this kind of the public open the sit area like outside the convenience store. Like, did you just when did you start to notice this kind of things?
I think, I mean, I've spoken before, like when I was living in Amsterdam, the coffee shops
Yeah.
were a great place to go sit down and just kind of hang out and just people watch. That's when that probably started. And when I use the term coffee shop, those who know Amsterdam will kind of understand the dynamic I'm talking about. And some of them are super touristy.
Yeah.
Like top tier branding, they run ads, and some places are just like a small little place that you're hopefully going to find more Dutch people at, perhaps, rather than, or foreigners, but like foreigners that actually live there. Like I had my residency card, so I was a legit local, and I wanted to be around my people. I didn't want to be around the people just flying in for the weekend. So I would do that a lot, and I don't know, time to just watch people, observe. And then in Nepal, when I lived in that town in Boda, where people will go around and do their daily prayer, I would just go sit on the bench and just watch people for hours. Yeah, I think that's probably where it started. And then I keep thinking like Vietnam is top tier just because there's all these like tiny little coffee shops, and oftentimes they'll have like the seating right outside, like, you know, like the really small chairs live to the ground. You can just kind of hang out and watch people on the street. So that's a great place to do it as well. Really anywhere. I mean, if you can just do it at a convenience store like this, anywhere in the world, there's going to be opportunities to, again, just sit outside of a convenience store with water dripping from the ceiling.
Oh.
Just hang out and observe. And again, this is not nice. Like the floor and these chairs are obscenely dirty.
I was muddy.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. But it's great. It's a good vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like you definitely have this at like the rate of finding this kind of the place. I mean, it's somehow you just know it. Like there's sometime earlier you just noticed like the backseat of fruit shop could be a place like, you know, sit and hang out. I mean,
yes. We were just in the back seat, the back of a fruit shop, hanging with the boys.
I was like, it's probably you being like, you definitely hear by observing before you see the queue, so if you know, and also if you know what kind of places people will, especially local people will share and hang out, and so like, which will just, I feel like you definitely not doing this in the outside of the convenience store before. I mean, also like cover go to the other. I mean, probably some stairs and bench and all kind of sort of a public area.
There's so many places that I've sat before. It's crazy. So many places.
Yeah, I mean, also
Parks, benches, chairs. Oh, I've done it all. I've done it all.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, right now I feel like through this, probably I start to like try to like activate my very first instinct to find these places. Before I draw, like it's just such a shame. Like I just like just pass by and totally ignored it. Yeah, I mean, you also like the other thing I observed about this was a square about when you actually why make this kind of place to show the vibe. I mean, it is a different kind of your transition with your indoor place and reality. So that's like I was just like half open there, but also like it's like a place where people just like it's no matter who you are, where you're from, even whether foreigner or local, you're just everyone when the moment we sit down, whether take out cigarettes or just chill and look at the phone or drink through things, I feel like the moment everyone are the same. We just see a lot of people just sitting here and
People will stare at you because it is kind of weird for a foreigner to be here. But yes, the feeling, the sentiment you were expressing is true. But people will be like, what's good with this orang putih sitting here?
well,
It's okay though.
yeah, but if you're focused, no. But I feel like I'm a person who always like sentiment about like, if I'm being watched by other people. But it's actually very amazing when by the time you sit down, your focus no longer like about who you are or where you're from. You just feel like you've been part of that. All your focus is just about all these kind of smell, the views and people there. Yeah, I say you just become part of it. I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons I do love this kind of city, the Bali.
Well, again, most of what I try to do is like, I want to become one of them. And unfortunately, this is not a place where I have been. Yeah, I spent a decent amount of time here, but I'm never here for such an extended amount of time that it's like, I'm going to deeply learn the language and I'm going to deeply learn XYZ just because putting a lot of time and then I'm leaving, and that's frustrating. And even when it's not a place where I am learning the language or trying to deeply assimilate, I can still do stuff like this. I just want to like, as much as it's a low-hanging fruit. Stuff like this is a low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Hanging out where people who actually live there will hang out. Eating at places where people will actually live there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was distracted because I was really concerned that you just adjusted the table. I once I realized the sentence I just said, I realized how distracted I was, and I apologize to all parties involved. Sitting or hanging out where people will actually live there will hang out. Eating where people actually live there will eat.
Well said.
Just doing the most normal things for people who actually live there is the best way to try to become one of them. Like, by definition, like it's pretty clear logic. Like, tell me a better way to do it than just by doing the things they do.
Yeah.
So that's what brings us to be sitting these teas at the Circle K. Indomart. We're not as Indomart. Sorry. Sorry, Indomart. I didn't mean to, my bad.
Maybe next time try to just hang out, like look, get some coffee at Circle K, huh?
Spread the love.
Maybe it's time to wrap it up as Donna try to go for a walk, like hereby.
Is it time to wrap it up? Because if we keep talking for a little more, we might be able to hit a full podcast.
Oh, sure. Sorry to cut it up, but we can keep talking. Yeah. Do you want to keep talking?
Do you want to keep talking?
Yeah, I mean...
Wait, do you have more to say?
Yeah, I was...
Go for it.
Yeah, okay. So I just jump them. Also, I feel like, as you said, it is something like, it is low-hanging fruit, because I was thinking, so like, if we start to like, the one is so like, you try to like eat what local eat and do what local do. Yes, I feel like for example, I do saw a lot of local that eat at the street stand over there. But if you ask me right away to join that, it is too intense. Like,
sure. So like day one, even this might have felt intense for you day one or day two.
Yeah. But right now, I feel it is a good transition. But definitely right now, I mean, my level of like adaptation to a local scene is like right now. I feel like during like sitting here, there's definitely in my comfort zone right now. But
great.
Eating at the street stand probably a little bit intense for me. I mean, it could say I don't know if I could understand what kind of like into this space. Also, like try not to be rude. I don't know what are the ethics where people eat there.
Sure.
So yeah, I feel like this kind of place like because again you already finished the purchase, so all you do is sit down and try to be quiet and fly and just watch the view. I feel like you
and fill a podcast.
Yeah, yes. I feel honestly still like you still have a lot of your freedom to do your own stuff and still be you at this moment. But while you were to go to the like I say the street stand or the other thing probably like soon require more I would say higher level of the skills, but yeah, step by step. If you we already made the step, like you will be able to do one of those things where it's local or new, you're almost there.
How would you advise people to work through that discomfort or awkwardness or ganga that you just that you said you were feeling on the early days? So imagine if I wasn't here, you were completely alone, but you were really determined that you wanted to eat at that restaurant right there and sit in this seat right here and just kind of hang out and do things as people who actually live there would do. How would you yourself do it and then advise others to like work through that initial discomfort? What are those baby steps? Do you just go all in? Like, how would you advise people on that?
Wow. Imagine if I want to join that street stand. Do you see that? Over there?
Yeah,
I don't
sit
know.
on one of the stools and just hang out.
Well, yeah. So, first, the definitely, I mean, how, because before I will put my own data set of my knowledge about the street stand in China. So like, I also like I will try to be observant, just check if this is a stand like you just like allow you to take away, or it is still have some open places. We see them as stools, so maybe it's okay for us to like sit and eat our food. You don't have to be like just take out. And also then probably step 2, still have to be observant, but you think that the key is probably like I need to figure out like the how to order the food, and also like what are the things I need to like be aware of.
So how would you do that?
I would say like because before I tried balancing the club, but like I don't know what kind of thing I should order, and also like I like to wait first. So I know because I'm a foreigner, and also I don't know the language. They probably need to spend a lot more time on me, so I prefer to be the last one. So like they might have more patience with me, and also have more time to observe what the other people order. So like I mean, at that point, I would say observation would be the most powerful tool. So I would check what the food they order. So for me, like the safest way will be I probably check what the other people will order and maybe choose one of their order and remember that maybe and hopefully if the boss understand the English, I will say I will have the same like one of those people. I mean if it's maybe I will have my own choice, but yeah, I mean at this point if I can't make it clear, I'll probably just choose one of the same order from the former customer. Yeah, I mean, that's the first step, I would say, to try to, like, get the order. Maybe it's not perfect, but, yeah, you try to, like, feel it and sit down and enjoy the vibe.
I think that's great advice because I think a lot of people will, there's a couple of reasons people will not want to do this kind of stuff. Reason one, which perhaps you can go into after, is that their perception of this type of environment that we're looking at right now, partially because of the dirtiness, or maybe it's not up to their material standards, they also perceive it as dangerous, which one is not true whatsoever. Maybe you can address that later on, because maybe that was some of the things you felt day 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But I really liked what you were saying about being aware that they are going to have to make a little more effort to deal with you than everyone else.
Yeah.
Being aware of that and then trying to make it as easy as possible for them.
Yes.
So just point to that thing and do not ask to not put this on or to put other stuff on. Just ask for that.
Yeah.
And then to say, hope maybe there's a menu where there's prices so they don't have to be telling you how much in the language, because you can't even speak the language. Just look at the menu, have the money ready.
Yeah.
Make it as frictionless as possible.
Exactly.
Make it as easy as possible for this person to deal with you, because they're already going to have to put extra effort in. There was a video posted from Singapore. Do you remember there was this? I showed you there was this point where we were at a hawker center in Singapore. And there's a very Chinese hawker center. So a lot of the vendors were from mainland, actually. Didn't really speak English. And so I had gone to order the food, and I had to use WeChat because there wasn't like a normal credit card payment system. And then my mom was like, I'll go get the drinks. I go, okay. She's like, what would you like? I go, surprise me. You got this. And she goes and then comes back to the table without drinks. And what had happened is basically there was just inability to communicate. She didn't think she had the correct means of payment. And so I had to go do it. And so I just went and I spoke in Chinese to this lady, and I had WeChat ready to roll. And so I come back with our drinks, and then we talk about it a little bit. And she was like, well, yeah, like I didn't speak the language, and like I didn't have the thing ready. And I go, and she was like, and honestly, they're just kind of colder. Like I felt like you were mean. I go, one, you might be misperceiving the situation, but sometimes that's the case. I think you perceived it correctly. And it's because I go, think about how much more effort they have to exert to deal with you and to sell one cup to you than to deal with everyone else in line. You don't speak the language. You don't have the correct payment going. And I said, they think you're a clueless old white lady. And she was a little taken aback. And I go, no, I didn't call you a clueless old white lady. I'm saying it's possible that the Chinese vendor thought, it's possible that their perception of you was that you are. And after kind of going through what you explained, she understood it. She still wasn't thrilled about the term that I used to describe her. But I think that's great advice about you were just kind of like, I'll be last in line, I'll let everyone else go, let me watch what other people order. Just make it as easy as possible for these people to interact with you because you're the one that's putting the burden on them.
Yes.
Like if you haven't learned the language and you don't really know anything, like you need to really be mindful of making it easy on them to interact with you. You're the guest. You're the one that is lucky enough to be in this foreign land and be able to roam freely and interact with people. Try to make it as easy on them to accommodate you. Because just by the nature of you not really knowing what's going on, they're going to have to accommodate you. You are somewhat of a burden. Just make it as little of a burden for these people as possible.
Yes.
And so, great. I liked your answer about how to do that. Maybe you can speak to that other point I was talking about how, because this is fairly objectively chaotic. Like this is absolute chaos. And I am on year 7 of living in places like this where this is the chill. But I totally know that if this was day 1 of me leaving the US for the first time, I would be so unbelievably overwhelmed and anxious just from sitting here right now as that motorcycle roars by. I know that, but so a lot of people will equate this to danger. Now, sometimes that's the case, but as you've learned, it's not necessarily the case. So how would you advise people to kind of deal with that initial reaction of thinking that this is dangerous?
Well, yeah, because again, so like, because probably I have enough experience about like having food on the street stand. You know, like in China, we have lots of that, and then we have even.
Sure, but you're not in China.
Yes. So even if I try to pull out, even if I know like street food stand, it is pretty normal. I've never ever been seeing a lot of before, but still, like, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, these are just generally different standards. Some places in China, but generally you would like try to keep things clean, and things are well kept. Like you would not see these general standards in China.
Yes.
In a city.
You're correct, and also especially I would say I'm a pretty before I was a pretty I would say I'm a picky city girl. So yes, I
were.
Maybe still is. Okay. Yeah. Even in Shanghai, when I see this kind of thing, maybe I'll be flashy. Oh, maybe I'm not tired. I don't want to say. I just people can try somewhere else. What I'm inclined is, this is too dirty for people to sit. It is definitely not that nice and clean place. I don't want to sit. Even in Shanghai, I won't do that. But here, something like, I'm honest. I'm being honest. Like, the first 3 days, when I passed by here, I do feel like I do have a pause, like, oh, maybe I should sit here, like, enjoy my drink and just maybe for 3 minutes or something, because it looks like it is a place you can observe the street
Just to
scenes.
feel it.
Yeah, but then the other strong thing, like, sometimes when you're in like some of your unsafe or totally stressed environment, there is something like you was ringing up. Like for me, there will be like some people ring the alarm bell, and so that kind of things have disappeared. Like it's like my it's give me like alerts. Like they just feel like, and when I actually pause and when I actually like near this place, I feel like okay, I saw a lot of local people like chill, and also I think that's kind of the busy the break hour, like for the Grab driver, the chill and just like sit.
Maybe you felt it wasn't really for you. Like this is not, you're not welcome.
Yeah, I feel like, oh, maybe it's I mean, I'm not sure like if I'm welcome, even if I may took other people's seat. I just like, just so many thoughts just came up, and I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed. And also like, maybe they're just busy, the rest that they're not smiling and they just like waiting in line for the stand. I feel like, oh, feel like rude if I be there, rude if I wait in the line, and also try to like, maybe I might stubborn and, just being like stupid, all their stuff, and they're so busy. I feel like, oh, I'm not welcome, definitely. So I just try to escape and try to like, oh, this is not my place. So in following days, I'm there. I just like, I'll keep thinking that, oh, this place is just not place I can explore. I just don't belong to the place. I'm just like, it is not a place for people like me, like foreigners. It's a place for local people. Probably I shouldn't be there, and I couldn't like, and also I'm overthinking a lot because of that kind of the image in my head. Like, oh, even if I successfully, there's one time I actually want to sit there, but a lot of people starting to like, maybe because you're a foreigner, they're just being curious, and I feel like, oh, not being offered, but I feel like,
which again might put you might feel put off by that. Some people, but like that's normal. Imagine if you were in a place where it's so weird to see a foreigner or someone different sitting there, and they come up. You're gonna be like, you're at least gonna be like, what? So that's okay.
the first is awkward, but then I feel like, I mean,
It doesn't mean you're not welcome. It just means it's maybe not super common. Sometimes it does mean you're not welcome though. So you should learn to tell the difference.
Yeah, so it's I'm not sure like if like there is one point, and I should about to sit. The other like people also have to say and feel like, oh, maybe they already take the seat or something. Also the others box of cigarettes on the table. I feel like, oh, maybe
No, it's just garbage. It's just garbage.
Yeah, I didn't know.
See, there's one right there.
Yeah, I didn't know that at the time. I feel so awkward. So, oh, I'm trying because the whole time try to be like a very polite foreigner, And also, but then the lady said, "Oh, you can sit," and I feel like because I was about to escape from the seat, and she invited me to sit there, and the uncle like who's about to come here. I feel like, what should I do right now? I just feel like. Yeah, I don't know what to do, and eventually I have to say, oh no, thanks, I'm about to leave. I just it escaped like a power at that time. I will call myself, and I feel like so. Yeah, it is not a pleasant experience, but since then I feel like, oh, I'm pretty close. First time I don't dare to come close to see. Right now I'm almost there, but maybe I see. Misunderstand the occasion. Maybe if I can be brave enough just a little bit, I'm able to sit down. Yeah, the announcement later, like when we appeared and we sit down, and that yes, even with you, I still feel a little bit like uncomfortable about it. But still, I feel like
It's all good.
Yeah, I feel like
it's all good.
Yeah, you got this. Like you being like here like for 2 times, it's the chance. Grab the chance. Sit down. Just feel it.
Yeah. Proud of you.
Yeah, but also like I'm really appreciative you bringing this up because again, right now even if we're let's start pretty chill and like 10 out and you got the vibe here, even if this small move, I mean it is not like a simple thing for everyone. I mean for someone, yeah, everyone, the situation for everyone will be different. So it is totally okay. Like you feel like awkward or not safe, but sit and chill, and don't take that as like you are coward or you are not good enough or you are Like, it just like, don't take it personally. It is okay. Everyone will have this kind of thing.
It's a sign of discomfort.
Yes.
When you feel like that, you feel that anxiousness or that angst, it's a sign of discomfort. But when you recognize that you are uncomfortable,
Yeah.
that means you are starting to push your limits.
Yes.
And you are starting to go outside of your comfort zone.
So just give yourself more time and try to push yourself and
Just slowly push the boundaries.
yeah. To me, like maybe for like if you want to set the year, like maybe first time you don't even dare closer. It's okay. Just have a look, being observant, and you see maybe next time you can see that like a good chance. Even if it's, and also it'll be okay if you just wait there and wait until the moment you feel it's okay, and just come to see that. So that it's also great. Just give yourself a little bit of time. If you can try 1, 2, 3, yeah. Whenever you think it is,
Just come chill.
and make you
Get yourself a tea.
yeah.
Just hang out.
Yeah, and again, the most important rule is don't let those maybe stupid thoughts like take.
It's all in your head. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
It's all in your head. It's all in your head.
Yes.
It's literally all in your head.
Yes.
This and you sitting here, this store, everything around it, a month ago is no different than it is right now. But how comfortable you feel sitting here is extremely different. So what changed? Your head.
Yeah.
So it's all in your head.
Yeah. And again, also like, yeah, again, as change the things in your head. It's not something like it's like within 3 minutes. It also like it's also like I think it's also from like how many times and I mean like how did you push yourself, like just really put yourself into that kind of thing. Try to like make yourself being involved into every like small attempts and those little actions. That's very important. Because you can also just start to build up your confidence and also like start understand what is actually about by your attempt, even if it's not successful at the beginning, but you need to try, start to feel it, and get yourself closer to that.
Yes, but I am starting when you said feel it, I'm starting to feel some more water dripping on me, so maybe it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was we pressed record not knowing what this was, but I think we just filmed a episode of the Chameleon Pathos podcast. As long as your audio is audible over the motorbikes, I think I can run that through some software to make that happen. But if this is a Chameleon Pathos podcast, we should probably also bring attention to the Chameleon Club, which is a free online community for people living abroad, trying to integrate into local culture, doing some of the things that we were talking about today, hopefully doing things like this, sitting at the convenience store and hanging out with the boys.
Enjoy the vibe.
So if that is of interest to you, you can check the link in the description of wherever you are listening to this. But we're going to head back. It's getting late. These motorcycles are starting to give me a bit of a headache. And I've finished my lemon tea that you so kindly went to get for me. So I'm going to toss this right here. I'll toss it right there as well. And we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes. Till next time.
Until next time. Bye-bye.